Next up is going to be the pre-shading of the Deusula. I've already begun pre-shading the other fighters. Here's one of them, as you can see. Pretty good. Let's see what we can do with this one. For this, I'm going to use a new bottle of black primer and micro filler, which is good for pre-shading. Let us begin. I'm sorry if you're not seeing this properly. Bit of particles that keep flying about. Nothing I can't fix. I just gotta be careful how to remove it. There we go. I'm trying to clean the airbrush inlet because this thing dries up really quick. All right. Again, I'm sorry if you're not seeing this. Let me just do it on one side and then I'll do the other side in a moment. This is going to be an interesting way of how this is going to be showing up the pre-shading, because when I pre-shaded the Yamato, that came out pretty good because of the color, the lighter blue tone gave it its extra depth to it. When I painted one of the Gamella ships, the last one that I did, the darker green kind of hid the pre-shading. So I'm hoping that maybe I can try to get the pre-shading showing up pretty well on this. But since the Deusula is a darker blue tone, I don't know how it will come out. So I'm going to give it an extra layer of the dark, of the pre-shading. See how that comes out. What do you think of that? Looks pretty good. Alright, so let me continue on, and then wait until it dries, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Alright, now that this thing is finally dried, it's time to paint blue. Let's see how it comes out. And of course, I gotta mix it a bit. There we go. Right now I'm just going to do a light pass, just so we can get an overall feel for it. This will be, of course, many, many layers. So this is layer number 1. So there's a before. I mean, excuse me, that's a before, that's an after. So this is going to be layer number 1, of course. Okay, so time for layer number 2. And now I'm applying a third layer. Slowly but surely, the pre-shading is being covered up. I don't want it too much though, just enough so it could be shown. It's kind of hard to do it with the lighting and all that stuff. Yikes. Of course that falls off. We'll review this soon once it dries. But for now, let me just continue on. Oh, and of course, while I was doing this, I want to paint the core fighter, excuse me, the other fighters, and I decided to paint instead of painting them all green, I decided to do blue as well. So, considering this is kind of like the Royal Guard colors that we all remember in the a few episodes that they had. No, I mean not the Royal Guard. Yeah, the Royal Guard colors for the ships, the Gamela ships. Why not the Royal Guard colors for the fighters? It seems to be appropriate. I already did a layer. This is layer number 2. There we go. I'll let that dry a bit, but let me continue with this, and then we'll review. Well, after waiting for the paint to dry and giving it a little bit of a top coat and things like that, I'm finally going to show off the final results of the Deusula second core ship. And here it is. What do you think of that? Actually, just bring it in a little bit closer. But there it is. All pre-shaded and painted. Very nice, right? This came out better than I expected. I thought I was gonna ruin this, but being a little patient and taking a little time, I was able to get this core ship done. And nice. With the pre-shading right there. Now, I have a little bit of a gripe, but first things first, look at the canopy here, the bridge here. I put in two little, you know, the little sticky tacks on it to cover up the windows. But I made a mistake. I should have pre-shaded this and then doing the layer of blue, because right now it's showing this off too light. Maybe it's not a big deal, but I can understand many people, that is a bit of a gripe, so I may have to redo all this again. I can remove it with no problem. I can understand why not many people use the clear on this, because it doesn't show well. But I can maybe I can repaint it again, give it, you know, paint these windows the purplish color that it shows. I didn't paint this, of course. I left it the way it is, because it does show pretty well, as you can see. And then of course painting these guys and then putting it inside the little holes was a bit of a chore, especially these little guys right here. Those were tough, especially when you have to sand them down. I could sand them down easily on the sides. I couldn't sand in the inside because those were painted. The engines, as you can see here, are painted in metallic black, as well as the vents here and over here, as you can see. But either way, the ship came out pretty nice. I like how it came out. This was a really fun build. I'm digging this. Now, I always tell you guys the truth on certain things, and I originally was considering putting LED lights in this. Yes. There was just a catch, though. Now, the original idea was putting one light source here to light up all 8 of these little clear green thingies, and then put a light source here, so that illuminates as well. Now this was a time when I was seeing this, I didn't review the entire kit. I thought that these clear parts was going to go under another plastic part, which is, you know, so it goes through. Didn't realize that it was all one clear part, and then I would have to put, you know, do what I had to do. This would have been perfect for that. But I ran into the problem of the spine. The spine was in no way would allow me to do that. I would have to gut and, you know, maybe even damage the spine, because without the spine, this part and this part will not hold. So I could understand somebody out there maybe doing the idea that I'm thinking, but I couldn't do it. I wanted to, I really did, I thought I could, but I couldn't. But I had to be very careful with this kit, because one of the most dangerous things about this is, of course, these little the antennas and things could easily be broken off, easily, and I had a hard time getting in, especially these little parts here. Even after sanding down the connector and widening the inside of the peg, sanding down the peg and widening the hole, it still wouldn't go through. I had to actually cut them off and get them in there as best as I could, and it went through fine. But I didn't want to risk something that will screw it up. So this came out good. I'm not complaining. I like it. Came out pretty well. The two other things that I completed, of course, were the fighters. And here is the green fighter, which didn't come out the way it was, because I painted gray under, but it started to spiderweb, and and this thing broke, so I was like, you know. But I had a lot more fun with this guy. I might as well take it off the stand. There it is. The blue one, or the Royal Guard fighter, came out really nice. Look at that. Yeah, this one is a lot better than the other one, but you know, it's no big deal. Came out pretty good. So what do you guys think? Alright? It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed my build of the Deusula second core ship from the space battleship Yamato 2199. I thank you all for watching, of course, and stay tuned for more Bandai models yet to come. You guys all have a good day.